Good morning, August 11th, Bucaramanga, Colombia. And I woke up early this morning. I faded too quickly last night working on a project that has me in full geek mode. So I'm not going to talk about medical stuff right now. This is purely about my attempts to create some content online and some other things. So I want to just share what I'm kind of up to my earballs with this weekend, which is some technology and geeky stuff, because that's one of my loves after writing and talking. So yeah, I'm using. Notice how well I look here. I've got a ring light like the professional models have, so that my face is not in the shadows. That's pretty cool. I'm using the Nexigo camera, which can have some capabilities that I can use remotely, like pan and zoom in and out, and I can even go stand on my head, which I can't do in real life, but I can do that here with the push of a button. I love that. And you may have noticed my little boutonniere here. This is a wireless microphone setup. So here's what I'm trying to do. I live in Colombia. I don't speak good Spanish. I speak just enough to say, "Cómo estás?" "¿Qué haces?" And a little bit more than that. I can get a conversation started, but I always end up having to resort to, "Disculpe, necesito usar mi traductor." Excuse me, I need to use the translator. And we have conversations. I push one button. This is a Time Kettle Fluent Talk translator, and you owe me now, Time Kettle. You can pay up later because we do have some bones to pick with you. They push the red button and to speak in Spanish, and I push the blue to speak in English. And I talk, then they talk, and you get a rhythm going, and it works well, but it's not natural. It's not normal. Another thing is I have hearing loss. Somewhere I have a hearing aid here and a coupler that I usually wear that uses Bluetooth. So when I try to have a video call with a friend or with a family member, I can hear, but Mikey can't hear. So we have difficulty with group conversations, and I haven't found a good workaround, but I'm looking for it. So this microphone will allow him to be heard without using Bluetooth, and then hopefully the idea is hopefully we can have a conversation with both of us on the phone at the same time on a video call, and that's an important thing that will help us with our home lives, our social lives. But the other piece of this is an objective I've had, because I've told people for a long time I want to tell stories from here. That's what I want to do. I want to create some content online and find out if anybody else is interested in some of the things that I'm exploring and learning by living in another country, in particular in Colombia, because it's a fascinating experience for me, a fascinating country, and the people I meet here. Um, so many of them I've shared what my thoughts, and they're like, yeah, I'll tell my story. I'll tell my story. So the point of all this is I have this technology spread out in front of me here that I'm trying to put together with the help of you know who, to create something that will allow me to have conversations with somebody sitting next to me here who speaks Spanish, and I speak English, and we can have more or less a normal, natural conversation. And when I speak in English, my words are translated on the monitor into Spanish in near real time, and when they are speaking in Spanish, their words will appear on the screen in English for us, and in a manner that we can just kind of glance over at the screen, and we can look at each other and talk and have a normal conversation. And I can then record that screen, grabar in Spanish, grabar a video, record the video, and create content with it and tell a story with this other person. And yeah, so that's kind of the objective and the goal. And the translator, instead of being just Google Translate or the other translators that just go through the words, is going to be AI. That controversial creature, that entity that everybody has their opinions about, that I'm finding useful. And I don't know yet if this is going to work the way it's been presented to me, but hopefully that AI, who I call Erasmus, so you know, will detect nuance, will detect dialect, will be able to be a participant. He must call himself a UN translator. I think that's a little ambitious, but okay, whatever. But be a party to the conversation. So I don't know where this is going to go exactly, but I'm in full scale geek mode. And the first step is to test this microphone, and that's the purpose of um, this video, is to test some of this equipment and start getting myself familiar with technology and geekdom. And yeah, that's what I'm up to this morning. Wanted to share, wanted to keep it short, and I'll get back with more news another time. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know you actually watched. You probably skipped on and there's nobody here anyway. That's fine too. All right. Love you. Bye.